Welcome to Daily News in AI Agents, the place to get a quick roundup of the most exciting developments in AI agents every day. Subscribe to our LinkedIn newsletter today in the link below to stay activated. Welcome back to our daily deep dive into all the top AI agent news. This is the stuff that CEOs, data scientists, and senior tech leaders need to know to stay ahead.
Yeah, it's a fast-moving landscape, and looking at today's sources, one company is really standing out, Nvidia.
Well, and here's the really interesting part. It's not just software. Nvidia seems to be betting big on a future where every company has its own department of AI agents, and they're looking at both the hardware and robotics sides.
Yeah, their investment in Figure AI is a prime example. This humanoid robotics company was recently valued at a crazy $2.6 billion, and it signals a key strategic move by Nvidia.
So why robots? Why is Nvidia so interested in robots?
Well, it's all about control. If they control a major player in humanoid robots, they're not just providing the chips and software, they're also positioned to gather massive amounts of real-world data. And data, as we all know, is the fuel that powers AI.
That makes sense. Nvidia is also making moves to empower developers with their new project DGITS. What's the big deal about this personal AI supercomputer?
Well, for a relatively affordable price, $3,000, developers get a machine powered by the new GB10 Grace Blackwell superchip. It allows them to prototype and fine-tune AI models locally.
So instead of relying on huge cloud providers, anyone could potentially create powerful AI models.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge.
It could be like the PC revolution, but for AI development, allowing smaller companies to really compete in the AI space. But it also brings up some questions like, where will they get the data to train their models? Data access and data quality are going to be crucial.
That's a good point, and that's something we see echoed in a few of our other sources today.
Absolutely. Reports indicate that data quality remains a top concern for companies that are trying to implement AI. In fact, a recent survey found that 85% of leaders believe it's the biggest challenge they'll face in 2025.
And we even have big names like Elon Musk and Ilya Sutskever suggesting that AI companies might be running out of real-world training data.
Yeah, so this data challenge is a major bottleneck that businesses need to address, if they want to unlock the full potential of AI.
Now, Nvidia isn't the only player making waves in the AI agent world. What's this about Hippocratic AI raising a massive $141 million?
Oh, yeah. Hippocratic AI is focusing on developing patient-facing AI agents, and they just secured significant funding to accelerate their efforts. They even launched their own AI agent app store, which is pretty interesting.
An AI agent app store specifically for healthcare. That's new.
Yeah, it allows clinicians to collaborate directly with Hippocratic AI to design and implement AI agents tailored to specific healthcare needs. You could imagine AI agents handling initial patient intakes, scheduling appointments, or even assisting with diagnoses.
I mean, the potential for AI agents to change the healthcare industry is huge. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back. What exactly do we mean by AI agents for those who might not be familiar?
Sure, think of it this way. AI agents combine the power of large language models, like the one that powers ChatGPT, with a toolkit of specific actions they can take in the real world.
So it's not just generating text or code. It's about those outputs actually doing something tangible.
Exactly. The ODSC article had a great example of a restaurant booking assistant.
Yeah.
The AI agent receives the user's request, then uses a Python function to interact with the restaurant's API and make the booking.
Oh, so the user just provides their information and the AI agent takes care of the whole booking process.
That's right. And the level of autonomy is adjustable. Developers can incorporate a human to review the booking details before it's final, or the agent can operate completely on its own.
So that's where it gets exciting for businesses, right?
Yeah.
Automating those tasks used to require a person. Things like customer service, client onboarding, even complex document processes.
It's just the tip of the iceberg. More and more CEOs are starting to realize AI agents can revolutionize how their businesses operate.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it. But CEOs are also very pragmatic. Let's talk about the challenges of implementing AI agents. And, let's go beyond the data issues we already talked about.
Well, one critical aspect is ensuring these AI agents are aligned with company values and ethical guidelines.
Especially when they're dealing with customers or sensitive data.
Precisely. So companies need to think about robust governance frameworks for developing, deploying, and monitoring these AI agents. And of course, they need to consider the potential impact on human workers, manage that transition proactively.
Some people might worry about robots taking over jobs, but it sounds like the focus is more on retraining and upskilling employees to work alongside these AI agents.
Well, that's the more optimistic view, for sure. And it's supported by research from the World Economic Forum. Many companies are actually viewing this as an opportunity to increase efficiency and productivity by having humans and AI work together.
So we've got a lot to unpack here. NVIDIA's push into robotics and developer tools,
Yeah.
the rise of specialized AI agents like those from Hippocratic AI, and of course the data access and quality challenge.
Yeah, don't forget those broader questions: governance, ethics, the impact on the workforce.
All crucial things for CEOs and tech leaders to think about as they navigate this rapidly changing AI landscape. We've talked a lot about the potential impact of AI agents on various industries, but what about some real-world examples?
Now that's where things get really exciting. There's this fascinating example using the autogen framework, which shows the power of AI agents working together to solve a specific business problem.
I'd love to hear it. CEOs love a good real-world example.
Imagine you're a CEO. You're trying to decide which stock's a better investment, Nvidia or Tesla. In this example, the user asks that question to a system of AI agents, all working within this autogen framework.
And how does Autogen tackle that? What kind of agents are we talking about?
You can think of it like assembling a specialized team. You got your financial whiz, your coding guru, and your quality control expert all in one.
I like that analogy. So break it down for me. What does each agent bring to the table?
So the financial analyst agent uses its knowledge to figure out how to evaluate the stocks, right? Then the coder agent jumps into action, writing code to pull the necessary data from the internet.
And I'm guessing the quality control expert makes sure everything is accurate.
Exactly. That's the critic agent. Steps in to evaluate the results, give feedback, minimize the risk of errors or, hallucinations.
So that's a pretty smart way to break down a complex task into manageable parts. But what's the result? Does it actually help the CEO make a decision?
Well, the system not only gives a comprehensive analysis of the stocks, but it also generates code to fetch data and create a chart visualizing the result.
Whoa, that's impressive. So these AI agents don't just analyze information, they can take action to make that information actionable.
And that's just one example. Imagine applying that kind of problem-solving power to any business challenge, right? Optimizing marketing campaigns, streamlining supply chains, even developing new product strategies.
I can see why CEOs are so excited about the potential of AI agents.
It's not just automating tasks. It's having AI systems that can analyze, strategize, and take action to solve complex problems, all while learning and improving over time.
And that all ties back to NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, and his statement. The IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future.
Wow, that's a powerful image.
Yeah, a powerful image. And it raises a lot of questions.
Definitely. Questions about the future of work, the structure of organizations, even the nature of leadership in a world where AI agents are playing such an important role.
It's a future worth exploring further, and that's exactly what we'll be doing as we continue our deep dive.
Absolutely. Makes you wonder, are we on the verge of a fundamental shift in how businesses operate?
It's like we're talking about creating a whole new workforce made up of AI agents.
Yeah.
And just like any workforce, there'll be challenges, right? How do you train an AI? How do you assess its performance? And how do you make sure these agents reflect your company values?
Those are some really important points. We're already seeing a lot of discussion around AI-specific governance frameworks. Companies are going to need very clear guidelines for how these agents are developed, deployed, and monitored, especially when they're interacting with customers or handling sensitive information.
And it's not just about the technical stuff either. There's the human element to consider. We can't get so caught up in this AI excitement that we forget about the potential impact on jobs and the need to prepare our workforce for this new reality.
Absolutely, that's crucial. And it's actually encouraging to see that many companies are already focusing on retraining and upskilling their employees rather than just, resorting to layoffs. The World Economic Forum actually found that this is a major trend.
So it's not necessarily like this doom and gloom scenario where robots are taking over all the jobs. It's more about adaptation and figuring out how humans and AI can work together effectively.
That's the optimistic view. And I tend to agree. Throughout history, we've seen that technological advancements often create new types of jobs and opportunities. The key is to be prepared for those shifts and invest in education and training to give workers the skills they need to thrive in this new environment.
Okay, so for the CEOs listening, what are the key takeaways from all this AI agent news? What should they be thinking about right now?
The first thing is they need to understand that this isn't just hype. AI agents are quickly becoming a reality, and they have the potential to disrupt every industry.
It's not an option to just ignore this trend.
No, absolutely not. They need to actively be exploring how AI agents can be applied to their specific business challenges, whether it's automating customer service, streamlining internal processes, or even creating new products and services.
That they shouldn't just jump in without a plan, right?
Absolutely not. They need a strategic approach. That means thinking about their data strategy, their governance frameworks, how they're going to manage the transition for their workforce. It also means starting to invest in the talent and infrastructure needed to support their AI initiatives.
So it's about being proactive, informed, and strategic. And it's not about replacing humans with AI, but figuring out how they can work together to achieve even greater things.
Well said.
Now, we've talked a lot about the software side of AI agents, but NVIDIA's push into robotics is a clear indication that the hardware landscape is also evolving very quickly.
That's true. It's a good reminder that AI isn't just about algorithms and code. It's also about the physical embodiment of those algorithms, the
Yeah.
robots and other devices that can interact with the real world.
And these robots are becoming so sophisticated. One of the articles we looked at highlighted how researchers at MIT have developed an AI system that lets warehouse robots handle irregular packages and navigate crowded spaces safely.
It's a game changer for industries like logistics and manufacturing, where traditionally robots have been limited to repetitive tasks in controlled environments. But now we're seeing them become more adaptable, capable of handling much more complex tasks, often working right alongside human workers.
Reminds me of those autonomous vehicles equipped with robotic arms.
Oh, yeah.
They can now connect brake lines, align trailers.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's pretty incredible.
It highlights that collaborative future of robotics and automation. It's not robots simply replacing humans. It's about them augmenting human capabilities.
It's about finding that best way to leverage the strengths of both humans and machines to achieve greater efficiency, productivity, and innovation.
Absolutely. And that's really what this whole deep dive is all about. We want to give you, our listeners, the knowledge and insights you need to make good decisions about AI and figure out how to leverage this amazing technology in your own businesses.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, it's clear that the AI landscape is evolving at an incredible pace. Advancements in both software and hardware.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
And while there are challenges like data governance and impact on workers, the potential benefits of AI are vast.
Absolutely.
Now, we've seen how AI agents can automate tasks, solve complex problems, and even create entirely new products and services.
That's right.
And as NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, suggests, we may be on the verge of a future where every company has its own department of AI agents.
It's certainly a thought-provoking idea.
It is, one that raises a lot of questions about the future of work and how organizations are structured.
Yeah, it really paints a different picture of what the workplace might look like, where managing AI agents is just as important as managing your human employees.
And it raises all sorts of new questions, right? Like, how do you evaluate the performance of an AI agent? How do you set up reporting structures when you've got a mix of humans and AI? Yeah, you almost need like a whole new management playbook, one that takes into account all the unique capabilities and challenges of working with these AI agents.
Absolutely. Leaders need to start thinking about this now so they're not playing catch-up when this future becomes the present.
So as we wrap up today's deep dive, what's the final thought you want to leave our listeners with? Something to really ponder as they consider all this AI agent news.
I think it goes back to that quote from Jensen Huang, the one about IT departments becoming the HR departments for AI agents.
Yeah, that's a powerful image.
It really highlights that AI agents aren't just a technological advancement. They represent a fundamental shift in how we think about work, about leadership, and even how organizations are structured.
So CEOs, data scientists, and tech leaders, the challenge is out there. The future of AI is coming fast. The question is, will you be ready to lead the charge?
The tools and technology are evolving rapidly, but in the end, it's our ability to adapt, to innovate, and to guide this technology responsibly that will determine its success.
It's been a fascinating look into the world of AI agents today, full of exciting possibilities and thought-provoking challenges.
We hope you found this deep dive valuable, and we encourage you to keep exploring this fast-changing field. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to make sure it's a positive one.
Thanks for joining us today on the Deep Dive. We'll be back tomorrow with another set of news and insights to help you stay ahead of the curve.